Hi, I'm Michelle Johnson. Welcome to Quiltinator.com. Today I'd like to talk with you a little bit about the importance of having a hobby. The pros and cons of having your own dedicated space for that hobby. And the first thing, having a hobby is quite therapeutic if you have the right hobby. Mine happens to be quilting and I love it. And I've tried many other things. And quilting is what has stuck. And actually, I really liked a few things, but I kind of had to narrow it down because so many of them took up so much space. And I decided quilting was what I wanted to dedicate my life with, and I've just enjoyed it ever since. And so I have closets filled up with tools and fabric, or actually one closet that I have shelving unit in. And then I'm going to show you a little later, I'm going to show you my dedicated space, which is right here in my living room. But it gives you a sense of purpose. You have something to look forward to every day. And if you have a dedicated space, you have your tools there. You have time in the day, like say your energy level today is 20 minutes. And your 20 minutes being spent not having to set something up and then take it back down is a huge benefit, especially when it comes to quilting. And if you want a free motion quilt, spending time practicing that, it's well worth having a dedicated space. You might have to forego decor and have child little safety gates put up around your space. And you might have to have things on your walls and things. But, you know, is that really giving up a usable area? Is it really giving up your decor? Because it's giving you something to talk about. It's letting other people know where your passions lie. And so it's kind of a give and take. And so you have to decide also, how much room do you need and how long are you going to be there? Because if you're going to be building an engine block in your garage and you're only going to be living somewhere for 6 months to a year, you have to decide, is that long enough? If you're going to revamp an extra bedroom or a closet or somewhere that you're going to put in pegboards and shelving units and ergonomic cabinetry that's built just for you and your height and your needs, whether you're in a wheelchair or whether you know whatever your needs are, is it going to be the right thing? And is it going to take over and not be able to sell your house? Is it going to diminish the value, or is it going to add value? What's most important is, have you decided what's most important to you and to your family? What can they live with? Because, you know, your spouse may say, you know what, I can't live with all the oil drums in the backyard. You need to be able to find a space. Or they may say, you know what, your kitchen table is not your dedicated space. And let's just get that out there. It's a temporary space for everybody. But if you are, you have all of your scrapbooking stuff out in the middle of the table, and then your spouse comes in and he's got wrenches and, golf clubs or whatever all over the table, your kitchen table needs to be for your family. And that's why if you have a dedicated space, you will be able to use your dedicated space for the purpose it was intended. Remember, it keeps you busy socially because you're going to be talking with other people who do what you do, and you're going to learn from them. You're going to teach them. You might be teaching kids. You might be, learning from someone on Craftsy.com and practicing, or you're going to get on with somebody on YouTube and learn something new. And it doesn't matter what it is. If you are practicing the piano, or you are learning the tin whistle, or you're learning how to garden, and you're making, you're making an Afghan for your neighbor, you're going to be building your creativity. You're going to be expressing yourself in new ways, and you're going to develop your skills. and you're going to develop new creativity, because I promise you, after a while of doing it, if it's something you really love, you're going to dream about it. And so you might want to be writing down in a little sketchbook beside your bed, you know, what you were thinking of. Or you're going to see things in new ways and new tools. So there are pros and cons, but the question is, what is most important to you? In just a few minutes, I'm going to get behind the camera and I'm going to show you this living room, which is my dedicated area, and let you kind of see that, you know, it was important enough to me to have my stuff out all the time. Now, this year I did take stuff down for Hanukkah because we needed the table to be able to have extra people over. But then everything's put back up, you know. So I'm going to be actually changing some things up and making it to where it really is dedicated, and my table is going to be, I'm going to cut it up and it's going to only be for me. So thank you for coming to Quiltinator.com and watching. I'm Michelle Johnson, and I'll see you in a little